Hello and welcome back to the Project Hercules Diaries. This is a Friday night update, and as usual the shed fairies have been quite busy in the week making this plate here and the standoff. So this plate here holds the clutch release mechanism. When this is pulled by a cable, you can see that piece in the middle going up and down on a worm. That pushes the rod that goes all the way through the box to release the clutch plates on the far side. So that there with a thread on it needs to go into the plate here. So this hole will be enlarged and a thread will be screw cut on there, so that can be screwed firmly into that plate. And then when that is pulled by the cable, it will be pulled that way by the cable, and the clutch spring will push it back up like that. Bearing in mind the clutch spring will push the push rod, so that will raise this and move the lever to the right of the screen as you're looking at it. So that needs to be operated by a cable. The cable needs to have an adjuster and a puller, which is the thing I've just knocked on the floor, typical. So that will go into the plate about there-ish. The cable comes in here, the cable outer, and then straight the way through to a nipple on the end there. That will adjust the cable so that when you pull the clutch cable, it disengages the clutch. So all of that needs to be drilled and tapped into here, and this needs to be through screw cutted and that let into there. And we need, of course, to make some new standoffs. There's a standoff here. We need to make the one for here and the one for there. That's just like a bit of aluminium tube, so it's all shiny and nice and polished. There'll be 3 of those, and there'll be some 3/8 Whitworth cap screws in there, 3.5 inches long. We don't have any, not even in the deepest, darkest recesses of the shed, not even in a big box of bolts. There's no 3/8 width, 3.5 inch long bolts. So they're on order. We'll make the standoffs, we'll screw cut that, we'll fit the cable adjuster. We've already done the gear clevis. We saw that the other day. I'll go around that side. That is the clevis that operates the gear selector. So in the bike, this will be going forwards and backwards, parallel to the bottom of the frame, and then we'll need another similar mechanism to lift it up and have a hand change on the tank. So it's not finished by any stretch, but you can see the progress that's been made, and it's quite a neat job so far. I'm sure we can neaten this up a little bit more, and it'll look really nice when it goes on the bike. So that's where we're at the moment. In other news, check out this bad boy. This arrived today courtesy of FedEx and a rather large credit card bill. It's a 2 horsepower motor for the shaper in the corner. So that's going to get a bit of TLC over the Christmas break. There's a great big keyway on here and a 24mm shaft. So there's plenty of power, there's plenty of torque, and hopefully that will get the shaper back into action. And we can sit on the stool of contemplation, thanks for the suggestion there, with a beer and just watch it go backwards and forwards and be hypnotised in the food coma of Christmas. That's the plan. So back to the weekend, more work will happen on the gearbox. With a following wind, we might even get it back into the bike, but I suspect we'll be doing other things because there's a lot to do this time of year with the big festivities approaching. But that's where we're at right now. So as usual, thank you for watching. More updates will follow.